Hi, I'm Hayley Lakes, that's my name, with Bigelf here at HRH TV at Hard Rock Hell 2014. Very nice to meet you guys.
It's good to meet you, Hayley.
We've just discovered that you are in fact the man on my tattoo.
Well, maybe another 80 years.
Yeah.
Actually, in about 2 weeks.
Well, I could burn my face a little and then.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
I could do it.
So you're playing tonight. Have you got anything exciting lined up for us? I've not seen you on stage before, but by the looks of you, I imagine you have some cool stage stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, there's the standard, I light myself on fire. John has this shock, lightning.
Do you actually set yourself on fire?
No.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, no, it's...
Just today, maybe?
We'll see. There's always,
There's fire.
Yeah.
We could start a seance between all this.
I've got some paraffin in my chalet.
Yeah, that's all you need.
So what about, so you say Ace Frehley was an inspiration show-wise, is he musically as well, if you're a guitarist?
I hate to say both, absolutely. I mean, it was one of my first real musical influences, just watching him when I was really young. Played the whole Kiss thing. My first concert was a Kiss concert, Destroyer Tour.
Yep.
How can you not be insanely impressed by that?
It was mind-blowing, jaw-dropping.
I met Gene Simmons without his makeup in 1979.
Ooh.
Oh, you poor thing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Didn't know
rad,
that.
and met Eddie Van Halen at the same
Oh,
cheap
wow.
trick backstage in '79, and my mom was there with a makeup artist friend of hers, and she said, "That's Gene Simmons without his makeup," and I think I was like 9, and I said, "There's no way," and he said, "Yeah." She said, "Hey, Gene, come over," and he came over and he said, "Yeah, this is Damon. He doesn't think it's you," and he did the tongue, and I was just like, literally just fell over. I was like, "Oh my God."
Do you think that experience had something to do with what you ended up doing in your life?
Yeah, I mean, my mom was really cool growing up, and I grew up in Los Angeles, so it was certainly no shortage of rock shows. So I saw Van Halen in '79, Cheap Trick like a half a dozen times, Kiss, Queen, like so many things. So I definitely think seeing that was, you kind of look at it and say, this is, I think every kid looks at it and says, oh, I want to do that. But then, the 80s come along and you start to go, this sucks. And then, that was actually kind of the origins of Bigelf, was somewhere after strip metal and grunge, was that, you go to a concert anymore, it just doesn't feel like Van Halen, or it doesn't feel like a Thin Lizzy show, or like a real rock and roll show. I mean, Crew and Guns N' Roses and Crew was like, that was the end of it. Once rock kind of died, you really felt it. You go to a show, just go to see, no offense to any other band, it just doesn't feel like a rock and roll show. If you saw AC/DC, I saw them on the Back in Black tour, the first show of that tour, and it's serious shit. It's like, wow, it like changes your life. And can you imagine what the golden era before that with Led Zeppelin and seeing Hendrix and Cream and early shit like King Crimson, that just you just blow your mind. These guys are doing stuff that basically invented genres. I mean, Black Sabbath, and guys invented metal 15 years before people knew what was going on with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it actually probably took 30 years for people to start to actually copy what they were doing.
So you guys have got a lot of history with Mike Portnoy. I know he was coming out with you on some recent shows. Is that going to be more of a regular thing?
No, that was just we had done the record together and had planned to do a few shows, and it just never kind of came about. And he got incredibly busy, and we were getting busy. And this tour came about, and he said, "I'm around for a couple weeks," and I just wanted to put something in the timeline of the chronicling of this live history that we did something together for the record, since he did play on the record. But it's too difficult to have. John Wesley is from Porcupine Tree, so he's really a special guest on the Bigelf tour, and it's a illustrious, fun time. But it's a lot of work to get your team together to be like mates, where you're all like so when you're in a band 10 years together with certain people and you're locked in, it's all ESP. You're not doing it looking at each other. You're just doing it in your mind through the instruments. So it's a lot of work. And with Mike, it's even more work, because you're a drummer. You don't want that to be the moving piece. So he's just astoundingly superb, skilled drummer. So
it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, but it was probably that. For those people that saw it, that would probably be the last of them, I would say. Never say never. It's not about that. It's just about getting the team
Yeah.
solid, so you have that unit that's like a band. Not, because Bigelf isn't a project, it's just kind of recently turned into like a micro supergroup project, but it actually isn't.
So I've got a test for you. How big of a sellout are you? Would you play for Justin Bieber for $100,000?
I beat you to the number. No.
$1 million.
Nope.
$100 million.
100 million?
Think what you could do with $100 million.
Do a
No.
whole lot of really cool albums for $100 million.
Yeah, see?
So you play for him? Is that
Like,
In his band.
yeah, like be his backing band or something. For a whole tour.
See, you could do 100 million really esoteric albums that just wouldn't matter if you had $100 million. So yeah,
I'd rather slit my
absolutely.
Okay.
throat. No, it's not.
See that you should do that on stage too.
Yeah, it's easy. That music isn't about that.
Yeah.
Money is about that though.
Money.
Yeah,
is
there's
fun.
two types of people. There's people that do it for the money, and then there's people like myself that are the saviors of rock and roll.